What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Optimus Fantasy Football channel here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you were watching. Some of you on LinkedIn, which we definitely love to see.
Yeah,
I am Nate Polvogt, joined by my co-host, the one and only Miss Kacey Kasem, back from Alaska. Kacey, how are we today?
We're great. We're great. Sad I'm not on vacation, but happy to talk football as always.
And not just football, we're going into week 2. So we actually have some established stuff to talk about. And we're going to get to a lot of that here in just a bit here on the show. First things first, though, I want to remind everyone that our tools are live up on the website. They're fantastic. They are full of so much freaking data. We have a league manager tool. We have statistical tools like snap analyzers, RedZone analyzers. It will tell you and help you predict breakout players before everyone else. And right now, you can sign up with the promo code 3 and get $10 off any package for your first 3 months. I hate to shill stuff, right? But when it's your own stuff, it's cool. And these tools are really cool. We just implemented today a live updater in game. So once an hour, everything will update and we'll have live advanced analytics in game for all you nerds out there who love stats. Dope. So yeah, look out for that on Thursday. Like I said, go sign up with that code, get $10 off your first 3 months. It's rad. And while you're at it, check out our Discord channel. Our man Lou is over there running the hell out of it. He's there to answer all of your questions around everything. We've got redraft insights, dynasty discussions, DFS advice, NFL best bets, and a lot more, guys. Go check that out. The link is in the show description. Discord can be really overwhelming. We promise we're not going to bombard you with just an absolute ton of notifications and junk like that. Get what you want. It's awesome. And with that, Kacey, let's move on to the meat of the show here. And the first thing we're going to talk about, Monday night, J.J. McCarthy against the Chicago Bears. He looked putrid in that first half.
Yeah.
Awful. To me, it looked like the game was moving too fast for him. He wasn't able to make his reads, and the Bears were just getting a ton of pressure on him. After that first half, what did you think? I mean, were you sitting there thinking, oh boy, this isn't going to end well. They should have kept Sam Darnold.
I mean, kind of. I mean, I'm not going to say no because especially if you had him going in fantasy, you're like, do I and I really want to go to bed right now, like take a nice nappy nap, but no, I was concerned. Yes. To say the least.
Well, he looked so disjointed and it was such a poor performance. They punted 4 times. They got 2 field goals, a total of 6 points. That last field goal was a 59-yarder from Riker. They couldn't even get him into decent field position for that kick at the end of the half. But then it turned around. How surprised were you to see how efficient McCarthy was in the second half of that game?
Surprised? Like, I was really surprised. Like, oh, wow, this looks completely, like, how did it click? Like, how were you able to turn it around after the half? And so, okay. And that's why we shouldn't get so panicky, even in the first half. So,
yeah, I think this is a good lesson. I definitely overreacted after that first half because he just looked like the game was too fast for him. And you see that with a lot of rookie quarterbacks. Some of them never recover. Josh Rosen is like my prime example. Mm-hmm. Good college quarterback, but the game was just simply too fast for him. What I also found interesting about this game, Kacey, is the way that the Bears just kind of fell apart. All of a sudden, Caleb Williams looked overwhelmed. Whatever Minnesota did at the half got him really scrambled. Does that concern you with Caleb Williams moving forward this season?
It might be too early for me to be too concerned about it. There were good things in that game, and so you got to take the positives and just kind of roll with those. And I'm not as concerned as maybe I should be, but especially with the volume being so low in that game and everything else, it is kind of concerning. But I think you still got to hope for the best, and you still got to roll with it. So I mean, it's only week 1.
It's only week 1, and really, if you really look at his stat line, it's not bad. He was 21-35, 210 yards and a touchdown. 6 carries for 58 yards, which isn't something we saw him do very often last season. He wasn't really a massive rush. Well, he had almost 500 yards, so I'll take that back. But he had 58 yards and another on the ground. So overall, his stats weren't bad. It was just kind of the lack of composure in the second half and some of the mistakes that he was making in the pocket. I don't think long-term I'm worried about it. I think this is a Bears team that's learning a new system under Ben Johnson. They've got a lot to figure out. It's going to take them a couple of weeks, and they might be in the toughest division in football, Kacey.
They might be. But you brought up a good point, though, when you were bringing up his legs and the fact that he did have some yards on the ground. Like, now we're started to head in that direction, right? We've been heading in that direction of the dual threat. You have to have a guy that can run for it to actually, like, mean something usually in fantasy. So that's a positive to get out of that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And again, I think the Bears are going to be fine. I liked what I saw to DeAndre Swift. He looked pretty good. He had a couple of power runs. They were using him more up the middle. He looks a little bit more versatile than he has in years past. And I think we can definitely attribute that to Ben Johnson. I'm excited to see what this team does. And I'm excited to see what Minnesota does too. I think when this offense clicks, this O'Connell offense clicks for McCarthy completely, they get comfortable with each other. And man, when he gets comfortable with Justin Jefferson and then gets Jordan Addison back,
when he gets, and then he gets Jordan out. So that's just going to be like the cherry on top right there for him.
Yeah, this is an offense that's going to be very dangerous. Herms preseason told me, he's like, you're not high enough on JJ McCarthy. He, of course, is way ahead of everyone on McCarthy. And now that I'm looking long-term, I think he might have been right, quite honestly. In Dynasty, I might be looking to acquire McCarthy. If somebody was a little bit scared by that first half, you might be able to get him. Well, you're still not going to get him for cheaper, but he's someone I might look at if you need a quarterback. I have a rebuild in our MFL league, the Trade Addict 7. I need a quarterback. I might poke around for McCarthy. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Which league do I have McCarthy in? Is it that one?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
No, I think I traded him away. Anyway.
Oh boy. I traded McCarthy away last season. The injury thing scared me, but I shouldn't have. I should know better. I should definitely know better. All right, Kacey, let's move on. The Buffalo Bills. A lot to talk about with this game against Baltimore on Monday. The first I want to talk about is Baltimore's collapse in the fourth quarter. That defense had been so good all game. Was that more a symptom of maybe the Bills figuring out the defense, or did the defense just kind of were they winded, tired? What did you see?
I don't know. It's like, honestly, I was so caught, it's just, it's just one of those that they just crumpled down at the end. I don't know. It was interesting to see that happen though.
It was, I think I'm going to chalk it up to Josh Allen saying, not week one, not in my house.
Yeah. Right? I mean, we do have to look at who you got there. That's Josh Allen. Yes.
Yeah. Keon Coleman, 8 catches, 112 yards and a touchdown. Is he the wide receiver one in this offense moving forward?
I think yes. I think he's in that I think he is. He played on 88% of the snaps. He had 11 targets, right? Last year to close out the season, he was seeing targets as well. So the targets are going to be there. That's what you want. You want the guy that's getting the volume. Easy. Yeah. Right.
Right. Well, he was one of our top performer guys in our snap analyzer tool. Just the increase in usage toward the end of the season was saying that this is a guy that could see a bump. I think a lot of people thought it would be Khalil Shakir, who's going to be that wide receiver one, at least to start.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty clear it's Keon Coleman. Josh Palmer getting involved too. Do you think that's a thing that'll be a thing moving forward, or was that more of a situational thing? I mean, really, he got peppered more in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's going to be don't get all excited and go and grab him right now. That's not. But I think he's going to have those moments where he does get you those games, but it's just going to be kind of hard to predict. Just like he's getting peppered in, at the end of the game.
Yep. Yeah. I can't see Josh Palmer being a thing. And I want to go to this comment here from my Friday show co-host, Mr. Keith Fleming. Don't overvalue Coleman's big game. I don't expect the Bills to be in many heavy throw game scripts. He's really good, just worried about consistent volume. And I think that is a fair point. This Bills offense can't support a lot of high volume receivers, right? And normally they're not going to be in throw heavy game scripts. They're going to keep the ball on the ground between Allen, Ray Davis, James Cook looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be more likely. Now, that said, Dalton Kincaid, 4 targets, 4 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Do we think that Kincaid finally emerges as at least the red zone threat we thought he could be in his rookie season?
No, I don't think so. I just have he opened up really strong. He had that 15-yard score. And then even though Josh Allen threw for 394 yards, like, yeah, he got the touchdown. I get it. The touchdown depend. Yes.
Mhm.
But I mean, you're going to want more involvement when your quarterback goes off like that for me to, yes, he's going to be touchdown relevant or dependent. So
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I want to believe he's going to be more involved. And I mean, 8 PPR points isn't bad. Some weeks that makes him a top 12. But I'm not rushing to get him. I'm not rushing to start him either. If you've got other tight end options,
yeah,
which we'll get to in this next
you
segment,
will.
you might not. Last thing, in kicker leagues, which we all have,
Yeah, we do.
Matt Prater with Tyler Bass on IR. Do you think Prater's a good option right now
I
on the
do.
waiver wire?
I
Yeah,
do.
he's
Yeah, and they're going up against the Jets this week, so like that's good news for him too.
yeah.
Boswell just put up 14 against them, and I knew it's a new season, but last year they gave up the third most kicker points, so I'm okay with going with Prater.
Well, the thing with Prater is what impresses me the most is the dude's basically retired, right? He comes out of
Yeah.
retirement and he has a perfect freaking game. I know.
19 years, baby.
Well, all right, Casey, before we move on to the next segment here and talk about the 49ers and their injury woes, I do want to get to some of these questions in the chat here. We're going to start with Adam Leslie on YouTube. He got offered Nico Collins and Quinshawn Judkins for Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt and Calvin Ridley. Bill is my RB4 and Ridley is my wide receiver 4. For those of you listening, Bill is a reference to Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, his preferred name. Casey, what are you doing with this? I'm worried about a little bit about Quinshawn Judkins. I know they got him signed. How long is it going to take for him to get involved in this offense, especially when Dylan Sampson looked so good, specifically in the passing game? But getting Nico Collins,
I don't know.
Nico Collins is a big upgrade to Calvin Ridley.
It is a big upgrade. But I mean, Houston's got to get their stuff together.
Yeah. I think they will. I'm trusting that they will.
Okay.
I think here's how I feel about this, Adam. It's a gamble. You're gambling on Quinshawn Judkins getting involved in the offense by week 3 or 4 and like heavy volume in the running game, which you're going to need to make this trade work out. If you believe that that's going to be the case, then I would do it, because if Judkins actually hits, he's going to be way better for your fantasy roster than Bill. So I would make the trade if you believe that Judkins can actually have that impact and you think he'll blow up. We've got Chris T. Trade Goff, Ridley, and Diggs for Dak and DK. Would you make that deal?
Goff, Ridley, and Diggs for Dak and DK. I don't know if I would feel. I don't know how even I feel. Like I feel like this is so close for me that I probably would take Dak and DK that side.
I would take the Dak DK side too.
And I think that's just me holding out hope for Goff, Ridley, and Diggs. And sometimes you have to quit holding out hope that things are going to go the way that you plan and realize.
Yes. Well, I think Goff's going to be fine. He's about even with Dak for me. fantasy
Yeah,
wise as far as value goes. Where this shifts for me is getting rid of Ridley and Diggs, because I still think New England is probably a season away from really being an impactful team, which means I don't think that Diggs is going to be especially relevant versus DK Metcalf, who seems to be a favorite of Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's going to get peppered. He's the perfect receiver for Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, I'd make this deal. I would do it. We've got Untame, who wants to know Golden or Coleman, full PPR. Who are you starting this week?
Golden.
I think I'll take Golden against
this
that
is
Commander
me
secondary.
Every Sunday when I do.
I know.
Like that meme where that.
Yep. I think I'll take Golden against that Commander secondary over. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Love it.
All right, we've got one more from Untame. In Mayfield or May, these are my dilemmas. Oh, and Kraft and Tyler Warren. I got a lot of close calls. Untame, I'm going Mayfield over May every time. His ceiling is consistently higher in a very pass-heavy offense. We don't know week to week right now what Vrabel's offenses are going to look like. And they're more likely to be run-heavy in New England than they are going to be in Tampa Bay. And then I'm taking Tucker Kraft over Tyler Warren.
Jordan Love he's kind of touchdown dependent, but Tucker Kraft also gets touchdowns. He will.
He's the receiver in that offense who is going to get touchdowns. Maybe we see Matthew Golden get looks later in the season, but it's going to be Kraft.
Yeah.
Keith's saying too many tight ends who will see consistent volume to play Kincaid week to week, and he is 1,000% correct.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this one up from Jamie just because it makes a good point. Should I trade away Jamar Chase for Keon Coleman? I've been seeing a lot of these week 1 overreactions. Guys, it's week 1. There's some things you can take away from week 1, like Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. He is going to be very involved in the Washington offense. We just don't know what that means for fantasy relevancy yet, especially with the mobile quarterback. But a lot of this stuff, just chill, guys. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Things that might not be fine, though, Kacey, the banged up 49ers. It's not looking great. Kittle's on IR. Purdy's questionable. There's chatter that it might be Mac Jones on Sunday for the 49ers. That wouldn't be ideal. Unfortunately, they're playing the Saints, who, I mean, they looked better than we expected on Sunday. That said, it's still the Saints. This is ugly. Jauan Jennings is on, or is looking like he might go on IR. So what do we do now with the San Francisco offense? Because you've got George Kittle. You drafted him pretty high. Your backup tight end's not going to be great. Are you Jake Tongas? Are you going after him? He showed some value. He looked like he kind of stepped in and filled the role a little bit. But again, this isn't Ross Dwelly, who we knew would step in and just fill that role when Kittle was out, and he did it wonderfully. How do you feel about Jake Tongas?
I mean, if you're in a deep league and you need somebody, I would take a shot on him because there's probably not too much for you to work with there. But there's plenty of guys that you could probably find on the waiver wire that are out there. I know waivers ran for a lot of people, but go check and see if somebody like Zach Ertz is out there. He's available in some leagues, or Jauan Johnson just had a big game. Harold Fannin is one of those names that's on everybody's tongues nowadays, and I'm about that life too, if you want to take a shot that direction. So, I mean, there's Brenton Strange is out. I'm just, those are more guys that I trust more. Those are the guys that I trust more over.
Oh, 100%. Harold Fannin, I love that you mentioned him. 10% rostered right now on Sleeper. And so he's probably right. He might be a little bit higher on ESPN. It's been interesting. Some of these fringe players this season, which is a trend I haven't seen before, are showing higher rosterships on ESPN than they are on Sleeper.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, it's interesting. A big disparity. Keenan Allen, this is from the waiver show on Monday, so this has probably changed after that game. But before waivers ran on Monday, Keenan Allen was rostered in 75.6% of leagues on ESPN and 60% of leagues on Sleeper. I've got him in a bunch of leagues.
Yeah, I was going to say mine.
Yeah, which I found the big one last week was Colston Loveland was 25% rostered on ESPN, but 89% rostered on Sleeper.
Wow.
Almost a 60% arbitrage difference, which was
that
pretty
is
crazy.
Somebody needs to go in there and break down why this is happening.
Right? I'm sure it's probably evened out at this point now. Loveland saw a little love the other night. So, again, there are other tight ends I'd be going after instead of Tongas. He had his first 3 catches of his NFL career on Monday. We're not talking about him unless he gets that touchdown, and I don't think we're going to see that. They've got Christian McCaffery. That was in a pinch. He's not. This would be like starting Josh Oliver in Minnesota. Yeah, he might get a touchdown, but you're rolling the dice. He's going to get 2 this season.
Don't be cute about it.
Idea which week.
I do that sometimes where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be smarter than everybody, and I'm going to start this one guy, and then I do. And so.
But you killed it on Will Dissly last year. You nailed that one.
It happens.
It does. It does. With the possibility of Brock Purdy not playing on Sunday, obviously Kittle's out. That 100% elevates Christian McCaffrey. He might be my RB1 on the week if Purdy doesn't play. That'll be a game time decision, obviously. How do you feel about Ricky Pearsall? Because he's really the only other fantasy relevant player right now we can talk about with Jennings hurt. If Mac Jones starts, are you leery of starting Pearsall, or are you okay with it? Because, I mean, at least Mac Jones can throw. And this is the quarterback Kyle Shanahan was supposed to take, not Trey Lance.
Okay.
So maybe we get something out of Mac Jones.
Maybe we do. I'm not going to fault Mac Jones for being a backup quarterback, because that's basically what he is. And he's going to come in, and I think he's going to be an above average backup, if not better, So let's see.
Yeah. If you're in a deep league and you're in a massive pinch, you've got Brock Purdy, there's really nobody available on the waiver wire. Do you grab Mac Jones if he's still available just in case for Sunday, if you absolutely have to? Or is there would you rather Spencer Rattler or Mac Jones?
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. You say this, and now I'm thinking, because I might have to do that in one league. No, I don't know. I think, you know what? I think with Rattler versus Jones, I might just go Jones, and I'm not going to expect much from either. So at least maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised with Mac Jones.
Okay. Russell Wilson or Mac Jones?
Oh my God. Mac Jones.
Tua or Mac Jones?
And you're doing this to me, right? Oh my God. I never thought I'd be having a conversation like this. This is the worst conversation of my life.
Kacey quits mid-show.
I'm going to go begrudgingly. I'm going to go to oh God, that hurt. I don't really want to, though. This is Sunday morning all over again, kids.
I fortunately jumped ship on Tua against the Patriots.
I mean, it's going to be boring and dumb and not fun. And
the Patriots defense isn't especially dangerous.
We're talking about Mac Jones.
I'll go Tua.
I'm going to go Tua, but maybe we won't even have to make the decision. Mac Jones isn't even.
Hopefully, we don't. I don't want to. Nobody should actually.
Hopefully,
have
no
to
one's
make
making this decision, because God, I can't imagine. I'm so sorry if you do, and hopefully.
Well, that's why we're here for you if you do.
Yeah, and I will be the support shoulder for when you have to do that.
Yep. All right, Kacey, enough of this 49ers injury crap. We're going to get on to the best and worst of the week. Best and worst matchups of week 2. I'm going to let you start with your best, most exciting matchup here week 2, and tell us why.
Yeah, I got to figure out exactly which one it was, because there's a few that I'm kind of excited to see for different reasons. It's exciting for me. Look, you're going to say this is nuts, whatever. Broncos at Colts. I want to see more Daniel Jones. Is that the weirdest? That might be the weirdest thing I've said in quite some time. I want to see more Daniel Jones, but I really do. I that was pleasantly surprising. I mean, that dude has legs, guys. We brought that up earlier about having a dual threat quarterback, and he scored 2 touchdowns. I was talking to Keith about this last night, and let's go.
Yeah, look, I am 100% with you. I picked a different game, but I want to see what Daniel Jones can do. And yet, Miami's defense is not good. But still, QB3 on the week, 22 of
Yeah.
29. He had a 75 plus completion percentage, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 touchdown in the air. And if y'all are forgetting, in 2022, on a really bad Giants team, he was QB9.
Yeah, don't
He had
forget.
15 passing touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. He ran for 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Like,
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
oh, that's cool.
I can
You're
like him
referencing.
now.
Are you referencing Burn After Reading?
I am not. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, you should watch that. It's a
I
Brad
have
Pitt.
watched it, but a long time ago.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, here's the thing. I'm wondering. So you see Daniel Jones in his first game out of New York, out of the Daboll system, actually getting to start. He has a historic game. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to score on every drive. They didn't end a half with possession of the ball, and they scored every time. No punts. That's Daniel Jones in Indy does this, right? This team that's supposed to be awful. I was telling people to start the Dolphins defense against them because I was so sure that Daniel Jones was going to be so bad because that's all we had seen out of him outside of that one season. And then you go to the Giants, starting Russell Wilson, who was serviceable last year. He wasn't phenomenal, but he was serviceable in Pittsburgh after he was healthy. Looks like one of the worst quarterbacks you have ever seen in your life. Completes 45% of his passes. And then after the game says, and this, I cannot believe that he had the balls to say this, Kacey. I left it all out on the field. That's what you left out on the field. You need to retire, bud.
Yeah.
So I think Denver's a good defense. I want to see Dimes against a good defense. I want to see what he can do against Denver.
Yeah.
This will be a big test, and this will tell us if that was the real deal, if it was a fluke.
And that is exactly, I want to see him get tested. I want to see what happens. Yep. I don't want to be that person that hypes him up and then, so I think we need to be able to see it with our eyes, and then we'll be good.
Look, I'm being very measured about this, but if he plays well against Denver, and we saw Denver made Cam Ward look like the rookie he is, 11 of 22 for 112 yards, 2 fumbles. He got sacked 6 times. It was just bad. If he can play well against the Denver defense, then okay, then we need to start having a conversation about what Daniel Jones' future in this league looks like, because I think it might be kind of bright.
Who knew that guy was telling the truth when he's like, man, I need, use me right. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Shane Steichen's the guy to do it. Look what he turned Jalen Hurts into.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Mine kind of stays within this division here with the Broncos division. Raiders Chargers. This is going to be a very interesting game for me. Geno Smith looked good. Jacoby Myers went off. Brock Bowers got hurt, but was playing really well before he got hurt. And then Mike Mayer steps in and plays really well.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily get the production we wanted out of Ashton Jonty, but it didn't matter because they beat New England. I'm intrigued with this Raiders team.
Yeah, I am too.
Intrigued. Pete Carroll just seems to always get the most out of his guys. And Geno Smith, we already saw him get the most out of Geno Smith once. Is he good? I think Geno Smith and this Raiders team could be a playoff team.
That's great.
And as someone who lives in Denver, has his whole life, is a diehard Broncos fan, this could be a very dangerous Raiders team. I think once they kind of get used to the Carroll system, much like in Chicago with Ben Johnson, once they get used to the Carroll way of doing things, Geno Smith knows that he's helping. I think this is going to be a very good team, a very dangerous team. Likewise with the Chargers. Harbaugh and Roman have this team rolling. Quentin Johnston went off. Who saw that coming? Nobody saw that coming. He was on
my bench, so I didn't see it coming.
Mine too. But he looks like a legit first-round wide receiver now.
Yeah, he did, man.
Well,
he's in my starting lineup this week, baby. That's it's all about me, but yeah.
Keenan Allen is revived, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So good to see. Just needs
so good to see. Omarion Hampton's the RB1, just like I thought was going to happen. Najee gets the 1 carry because Pirates can't play running back, guys. It's just not possible. So this is an intriguing matchup for me because these teams, I think the Chiefs are about to lose their grip on the AFC West. I don't know if it's going to be the Broncos, the Raiders, the Chargers, or all three that dethrone them. But man, I don't know, but this game is exciting for me because this is going to tell us what these teams are.
Yeah.
And especially for fantasy too, tough matchups. Does Hampton see more of a workload? Hey, Dolphins fan, we will get to the comments here in a minute. Just let us get through this segment. I promise we will answer. I promise. Just got to get through this conversation and we will answer questions. We always do between segments. But yeah, for me, I think that's the most intriguing matchup for me. I just want to see what these teams are made of against better opponents. I mean, the Chargers beat the Chiefs already, so we know, but there's also questions about the Chiefs defense and this and that. And all right, let's get to the worst game of the week. And we're in agreement on this one. I don't care about this game at all. Patriots Dolphins. The only interesting thing for me is Travion Henderson and how they use him this week. Does Ramondre Stevenson cede most of his work to him? Because it's kind of the impression I'm getting out of this offense. But otherwise, I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't want to watch it.
I know.
I mean, that's basically it. I mean, if we get Zach Wilson to come in, and
God.
I mean, I don't know. To be fair, it's football. I'm gonna watch it, but
Yeah,
it's not gonna.
Oh no,
it's not the most exciting thing that happens in my life that day.
I'll watch it on RedZone. I'll catch it on RedZone. But otherwise, I have no interest.
Exactly.
Maybe we won't see it on RedZone. Let's get to some of these comments here in the chat. I want to make sure we're helping all you guys and answering all your questions. First one we've got here is from 88 Nino over on Twitch. Go Pats. Would you start Fields or Burrow this week, Kacey?
Fields.
I'm starting Fields as well. Burrow notoriously starts off so freaking slow. I can't do it for the first 3-4 weeks, especially after what we just saw. Dolphins fan, we're here. I promised now we are going to get to all your questions here. He wants to know, do I trade Travis Etienne and Tet McMillan for Marvin Harrison and Jonathan Taylor?
No.
I wouldn't trade Etienne right now. They just traded Tank Bigsby to Philly. It's going to be a minute before Bashal Tutin or Jarquez Hunter are ready to really be super involved in this offense. Not Jarquez Hunter, I'm sorry, LaKent Allen. Those guys might cut into his work here, but I wouldn't hold my breath that it happens soon or really significantly. And Marvin Harrison, I just don't particularly trust a whole lot. I don't trust that Cardinals offense, so I wouldn't do it. What do we got here? We've got Fight Scope. First time here, don't know. Yes, we are here. Would we start Njoku or Fannin Jr. this week? Boy, that's tough.
If I had to go, I'd probably go Fannin Jr. Man, I would probably just try to find a different tight end.
I would start Fannin. They're up against Baltimore. I think Fannin has more of a chance of running some of those underneath routes and soft coverage and getting open. The kind of routes that Flacco's old arm likes, even though he can get it down the field.
There you go.
I can see Fannin just getting a little bit more work than Njoku this week. I don't think that's a long-term thing in this offense, but I think it's a for now thing.
Yeah, I think it might be a two tight end kind of. We might see a little bit of a bounce back and forth.
Yeah. All right, we've got Robbie Boss. Robbie Boss. Some of your names are so weirdly spelled. I love it.
Like mine.
Okay, he's got 2 flex spots. Start sit. Chris Olave, Travis Hunter, Hollywood Brown, Michael Pittman. Who are we starting out of these 2? Flex. I'm sitting Olave for sure.
Olave. The next one that I would say. I might sit. God. I'm gonna. Hollywood.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sit Hollywood too.
But I mean, I like having. I know this sounds like a cop out. I like having that kind of decision to make, but I like that.
Yeah,
Looping
this
the
isn't a
guys.
bad position to be in. So we're saying start Pittman and Hunter, which I think is a good call. Dolphins fan wants to know to start T. Higgins or Amika Igbuka. I'm starting Amika. Amika, yeah. Easy. I really, really, really
Appreciate it, Jim.
love the Tampa Bay offense. Like a lot. This is going to be a fun offense. And without Chris Godwin, and I'm going to be honest, when Chris Godwin comes back, I don't know how interested I am in him in fantasy. I don't know how healthy he's really going to be. And it took him a while to come back from that last injury. He wasn't 100% for about half a season. So
May have already dropped him in one of my leagues, but
yep. We've got one more, then we're going to move on to our last on the spot segment. We got Broly619 over on Twitch. Non-PPR flex spot, Brian Thomas Jr., Omarion Hampton, or Travis Etienne.
I don't think it'd be BTJ. Again, I was talking with Keith about this last night. It's gonna not like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about what went on in week 1 and his target share going forward. What's going to happen there?
I know. I'm worried about it a little bit too. I'm probably going Travis Etienne here. Matchup wise against the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go with him as well.
Yeah, I think
I'll
it's
lean
Etienne.
that way. Yeah, let's go that way.
Etienne for both of us. We got Flight Scope dropping in the chat. Thanks, guys, for the reply. We'll tune in again. Gonna subscribe. We appreciate it. If you're here, please hit that like and subscribe. We'd love to have you around. We are here almost every day, every week of the season. We've got content for everybody. But now we're going to get on the spot. Kacey, who is your week 2 QB1?
Josh Allen. This was supposed to be on the spot, right? Yeah. Josh Allen, though. Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. I didn't want to overthink it too much. We've already talked about dual threat, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, dude, Josh Allen at the Jets. Let's go.
So I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be very different. I'm going Jalen Hurts this week. Matchup wise, they're at Kansas City. I think Hurts is going to have to do more in that game. I think Buffalo's going to be up against the Jets pretty quickly, and it's going to turn into a lot of Ray Davis and James Cook scripts. I don't think Josh Allen's going to have to do a ton. Not that he'll be like QB2 when I say he's not going to have to do as much. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to have to do more against Kansas City. Kansas City coming off that loss. We know how Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and that team feel when they lose. They don't like it. They only lost 2 games last season. I think it's Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts has a monster game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We've got another question here in the chat we'll get to. Guys, if you're watching, you've got a question, pop it in here before we get out of here. We have Bentley Bannister over on YouTube. Hey, if you don't mind, can I ask? No, we never mind. We're here to answer all of the questions, guys. We just want to help you win. Should I keep or sell Flowers while he's high? I say sell.
Yeah,
that was a monster game.
Yeah.
Not that he can't be fantasy relevant, but if you don't need him, move him, because he's not going to do that regularly this season. Think about Hollywood Brown when he was in Baltimore, and he'd have those like 3 or 4 huge games a season, and people got super excited. That's just the Baltimore offense. John Harbaugh's been
every year.
Harbaugh's been the coach of this team for 18 years. They're not going to change the way that they play football. It doesn't. Todd Monken, he's just rolling with what they have. This is a run-heavy team. You're going to get those scripts in games against Buffalo. They're not going to have to throw that much most of the time, just like we're talking about with Buffalo and guys like Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, Josh Palmer. Similar situation with Zay Flowers. So, Bentley, trade him away. Get him out of here. You don't need him. Okay.
There you go. Just like that.
There you go. I'd like to thank everyone who has tuned in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn. If you're listening to us on Spotify, we appreciate it so much. Make sure you follow us on your favorite platform, wherever you are watching or listening. Make sure you subscribe, like our videos, check out the website, optimusfantasy.com. We have content coming out to help you win your leagues. Tools.optimusfantasy.com. $10 off for 3 months with the promo code 3. For Kacey Kasem, I'm Nate Polvogt. It has been a pleasure, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.